Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, happy Friday. It is Friday, and it is the weekend, and it's raining. It's not raining men. It's raining for like the 100th day here in Western Pennsylvania. So there's that. And it's gonna be raining probably for another 100 days. Okay, so we are going to talk about Bravo's newest reality TV show, and that is Love Hotel. Now, I had heard about Love Hotel in the past. I think there was some drama involving it, around it. I did not look into that. I'm gonna have to look into that and talk about it on our next video. But Love Hotel, it's basically 4 housewives go to a hotel where they try to find the love. And those 4 housewives are Countess Luann. I'm not calling her de Lesseps. I'm just gonna call her Countess Luann. Is she still a countess? No, but I'm gonna call her that. Countess Luann from Roni, from an OG from the Roni. Shannon Beador from Real Housewives of Ocean City, and from Real Housewives of Potomac, we have Ashley Darby and Giselle Bryant. Okay, so the ladies are staying at this hotel, and it is up to the love concierge, Joel. He's the host. The love concierge, Joel, to bring them the men, which he does. He brings them the men. But we hear a little bit from each lady first. So Ashley is in the middle of getting divorced. Thank God. Thank you, baby Jesus. Because Michael Darby, skeezy, skeevy, no thanks. Giselle's ready to move on because she is empty nesting. And listen, Shannon's been single for a year. But Luann, I'm going to just tell you. Luann, first of all, if I could be built like Luann, I wouldn't be upset about that. Luann looks damn good, but I wish I had all of the confidence that Luann has, because if you've ever watched any of her cabaret videos on TikTok or anywhere, that lady, she's like an older female version of Tom Sandoval. You know, Tom Sandoval thinks he's just the greatest singer in the world. Well, that's the same thing with Luann. But so Luann comes in, darling, darling. Anytime I hear Luann talk, I can't help but think of one of my favorite quotes, and it came from, who was it? Was it Heather Thompson? But she says, when they were in Mexico, and she says, I was woken in the middle of the night by 2 male voices. One of them was Luann's. That will always be one of my absolute favorite quotes from any Real Housewives city. But also the other thing that's not going to get old ever is that clip of Luann falling into that bush after she's all drunk in Mexico, and she's just falling in the bush and laying there laughing. Okay, so we're talking, and we find out that, I guess, listen, good on you, Mexico's TSA, because TSA nabbed Luann's vibrator. So why does she have to bring a vibrator? Anyways, okay, so bring on the men. It's apparent none of these men have watched any of the Real Housewives. Much to the chagrin of Shannon. Shannon's like, the one guy doesn't even have Mark. He doesn't even have a TV, which honestly, I'm just going to say, for me, yikes. That would be a red flag if somebody doesn't have a TV. I'm just saying. But she's like, one of them is like, oh, I live in Manhattan. And suddenly Shannon's like, do you know Andy? Do you know Andy? Andy Cohen? It's like, is he an investment banker or like a real estate agent? No, he's producing the shows that we're on. So Shannon is really pushing that whole housewives, and none of them are loving housewives. Like, none of them know anything about housewives. Okay, so first of all, let me just say, Earl the Pearl, he seems like he would be a nice guy, but those alligator shoes with eyes, no, that would freak me out. Giselle is hitting it off with Jay because, listen, he's older. He already got his kids, so he's not going to be looking for her to have any kids. Luann's talking on the beach with Jerry and Mark, and she's like, you know, she's chatting him up, and then says, I have to go, gentlemen, I have to go to the bathroom, the restroom, but just stay here. Stay here, I promise. I will be back. And I'm going to wreck my voice if I keep doing that. She's like, stay here. Boys, I'll be back. And she walks off, and she ends up getting a drink with this dude, Phil. They catch on, and they're like, screw that. Ashley and Wale are hitting it off, and they're talking. He is really vibing. He is really vibing with her. So much so that Giselle comes over to talk to him later on. And in confessional, he's like, you know, Giselle's a beautiful lady, but I'm here firmly for Ashley. I'm Team Ashley. Shannon is talking to two men. One of them is Earl. They call him Earl the Pearl. Earl. And she kind of jumps to conclusions before he really even talks to her, because he's like, I was married 2 times. My first wife, and she's like, I'm thinking that she's like 20. And he's like, no. And then the second wife, though, she died. She had died. She had battled leukemia like twice. And that was the love of his life. I felt so bad for him. But then that kind of opened Shannon up, and Shannon was like, well, this guy knows what true love really is. So Giselle, listen, maybe Portia, maybe people might want to like lay off Portia a little bit from her past like transgressions of intelligence, because Giselle, I'm really thinking that Giselle thinks Connecticut is a city. Because first she was like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Connecticut, but then she said Massachusetts, Connecticut. She thought Connecticut was in Rhode Island, and she thought Connecticut was in Massachusetts. Like, does she think Connecticut's a city and not a state? I'm just wondering. Beautiful though. Like I said, no way Wale is swaying from Ashley. So we find out there's going to be a one-on-one date. Each lady's gonna have a one-on-one date. They're gonna get to pick the guy. Okay, so Nicholas and Wale are both interested in Ashley. Shannon is really physically attracted to Ralph. But Earl is also very interested in Shannon. The Countess, she's feeling Jerry. Jerry is like this surfer from California. And it looks like the match with Giselle is Jay. Okay, so next morning, these are the couples that look like they're going to be going on dates. And that is Luann and Jerry, Giselle and Jay, Ashley and Wale, and Shannon and Earl the Pearl. So they ask them out. The ladies ask them out. Okay, so it is tequila. It's a taco and tequila tasting for Giselle and Jay. Listen, I'm not so much for the tequila. Tacos, yes, until they show the taco. The taco they're eating is it's $25,000 for each taco, and that's because it has lobster, wagyu beef, wagyu steak, and caviar. No, thank you. Pass. I'll pass on all of that. I mean, they loved it. I would have passed. She says eventually, she said he's very nice, but he's boring. He doesn't fill up her love tank sexually. So she's not feeling anything in her tingly parts. She's not feeling anything downtown tingly with Jay. Okay, Luann and Jerry, their date was so dumb. They get on the beach, and it's this big giant clam bed. It's meant to be like a big clam. So they sit down. He immediately spills like champagne on her. And listen, I knew it was going to be a matter of time before Countess Luann had to say life is a cabaret. Life is a cabaret. You knew it was coming. So they're sitting there on a clam, drinking and spilling some champagne, eating some old nasty raw oysters. I know, people were like, it's an aphrodisiac. And they had stuff to sprinkle on it like hot sauce. No, thank you. Give me the champs. Let me just sit in some air conditioning. I don't need to sit on a clamshell. I don't need any of that. Jerry is a good looking man. He is very good looking, but he's a homebody. He's a homebody and he's into nature. Like, she's like, what do you usually do? He's like, I surf. And then he likes to work around the home. That's not Luann. So I could tell right there. They kiss, there's no chemistry. So that's that. Ashley and Wale, they go to a cacao and chocolate making class. And they are getting along very well. Very well. Shannon and, why do I say Shannon and Ashley? Shannon and Earl the Pearl. They do a wine and cheese tasting. Now, this is when I was like, I wonder if she is going to drink, because I don't watch Real Housewives of OC. I don't watch the OC, so I don't know, and I don't really follow Shannon. I know about the DUI, but I don't know if she was going to treatment and she's sober. So I was like, I wonder if she's going to really drink anything. She does. And then she tells Earl about the DUI. And she was like, I am so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed that I did this and how this reflects on my daughters and how my daughters look at me now. And Earl was like, and she said that she told him all that because he makes her feel like very comfortable. And he on the opposite side said, I'm so honored that she told me this, that she feels comfortable enough with me to tell me this. And how she's thinking about her daughters in this, regarding this, makes me think she has like a great heart. Everything really seemed to be going well with Shannon and Earl. So the ladies get back together, and the ladies and all of the gentlemen meet up. Everything went really well with her and Earl, but then Shannon goes over and talks to Ralph. Remember, Ralph is the one that she is just like so physically attracted to. And she was like, I guess she was talking to Luann, and Luann was like, listen, honey, don't date just one guy. You're here to find love. It's Love Hotel. What shit you doing? You need to move on like I am. So, Giselle, but listen, Giselle is also not putting all her eggs in one basket. Because remember, she didn't feel the tinglies with Jay. So she is also looking for another man. And she has her sights on none other than, yes, that's right, Ralph. So she has her eyes set on Ralph. And Shannon is like, oh shit. She's talking to Ralph too. She's younger and she's gorgeous. What the shit am I gonna do? I'm 60. So Nick, okay, so remember Nick, oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, no. Okay, so there's another guy who's interested in Ashley. That's Nicholas. And Nicholas is talking to Ashley, and he's like, I would love to take you out on a date. So behind the scenes, like in confessional, she's like, listen, I'm gonna play the field. I'm not gonna pin myself down to one guy, which I think is crazy because I think that Wale, I like the two of them together. I like him. So Wale sees Ashley and Nicholas talking, and he's like, let me try and get in there. And he's like, can I come over there and sit with you guys? And they're like, yeah, sure. You know, Nicholas was like, God, GD and Christmas on a effing cracker. Get to stepping. But he said, sure. So then at the end of the night, Wale walked Ashley back up to her room. And they're talking, and Ashley's like, oh, in confessional, she's like, he is gonna kiss me, and I know he is. Oh, I can't wait to see what this kiss is like. He's gonna kiss me. And it comes time, they get to her door, and he leans in for a hug. And I was like, oh, come on, no. She gets in the room, and she's like, oh my God, what was that? I know he's trying to be like a gentleman, but come on. And he's walking down the hall, and he's saying to himself, oh, I fumbled that hard. I screwed that up. What was I doing? So he went back, knocked on her door, and gave her a kiss. And it was, yeah. And it was so nice. So he made a good impression on her. So this season, I'm going to watch it. I am going to watch it just because we don't have a lot as far as like, I don't have a lot to watch now. So I'm going to watch it. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of drama. It looks like maybe Giselle and Shannon are going to be going after the same guy in Ralph, which is terrible because honestly, Shannon, she hit it off with Earl. I mean, except for the shoes, which I hate, she should stick with Earl. There's going to be some drama. So listen, in the comments, let me know if you watched Love Hotel on Bravo. And it's on when is it? Sundays. It's on Sundays. It's on Sunday night, I believe at 8 or 9. Anyways, it's on Sunday on Bravo. So in the comments, let me know if you watched and if you did, what you thought. Also, if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Hydrate often with water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and all types of positive energy your way so you make it through. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow when we're going to talk about some Golden Bachelor news. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Love ya. Bye.